In this video clip, we want to find a polynomial function of lowest degree with rational coefficients that have the given numbers as sum of its zeros. Here we are given two zeros. One is negative 5i, another is radical 8. We know one is negative 5i here, then another root must be positive 5i. If we have a positive radical 8 here, then the other root must be negative radical 8. The reason is complex roots like negative 5i, positive 5i, or the irrational roots, positive radical 8, negative radical 8, they appear in pairs. Complex roots and irrational roots appear in pairs. So then you should have a f of x is written as x minus negative 5i here, and x minus 5i. Another is x minus positive radical 8. Another is x minus negative radical 8. So negative 5i is positive 5i. And here negative radical 8 is positive radical 8. You may do the FOIL method. X times x is x squared. Now, outer product x times negative 5i. Inner product x times positive 5i. So they will be cancelled. Things left over is negative 5i times positive 5i. So then you should have a negative. 5 times 5 is 5 squared. I times I is I squared. And here is the same thing. X times x is x squared. X times positive radical 8, outer product. Inner product, x times negative radical 8, they will be cancelled. Okay? And then you have a negative radical 8 times positive radical 8, which will give you negative 8. Okay. Now, how are we going to figure out this place? Remember, we have a negative. Is because negative 5i, positive 5i, you should end up with negative. And then you have a 5 times 5, which is 5 squared, and I squared, because here is I, here is I. Remember, how did we introduce the I? We introduced I is radical negative 1. We imagine there is a number, which is I. Because I squared, we assume is negative 1. Because no number you square that can be negative. But we assume there is a number, imagine, which is I squared is negative 1. So then you have a radical 1, radical negative 1 is I. So I squared is negative 1, here is negative 1. I squared is negative 1. However, here negative, so it comes to be positive. And then 5 squared is 25. Okay? You do FOIL method again. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. Outer product is 8, negative 8. times x squared, you have a negative x squared. Inner product is, yeah, that's x squared times x squared, first product, x to the fourth. Outer product is negative 8 times x squared is this one. Inner product 25 times x squared is right here. And then negative 8 times positive 25 is negative 200. Combine 25x squared with negative 8x squared, you have a positive 17x squared. So final answer is with x to the fourth plus 17x squared minus 200. Okay, that's the polynomial we needed. Now the second one. Second one is 2 plus I is one root, another is 2. Again, the other root should be 2 minus I, since we have a 2 plus I here. Again, it's because complex roots appear in pairs. Okay, then we should have a x minus 2 plus I, and then x minus 2 minus I. And then 2 is the root, so x minus 2. Then you do the distributive property one by one. You first, negative goes to 2 terms inside. You have a negative 2, negative I. Similarly, for negative goes to 2, that's negative 2, negative, negative I, positive I. Then we do the distributive property is x times every term here, x times x, x squared, x times negative 2, negative 2x, x times negative I, negative ix. Similarly, you can do negative 2 times every term. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2, positive 2. Negative 2 times negative I, positive 2i. I times every term at the front. I times x, ix. I times negative 2, negative 2i. I positive I times negative I is negative I squared. Copy this one down to here. Okay. Combine like terms. X squared, leave it here. Negative 2x, negative 2x is negative 4x. Now, you have ix here, negative. Ix here, positive, cancelled. Okay. And then you have a positive 2i, negative 2i, they will be cancelled. Remember, I squared is negative 1, we said before, and you have a negative in front of it. So it comes to be negative, negative 1, which is positive 1, plus 4, you end up with 5. And here you still have a x minus 2. Do the same thing for x times every term here. X times x squared, x cubed. X times negative 4x, negative 4x squared. X times 5, 5x. Negative 2 times every term here. Negative 2 times negative 2 times x squared, negative 2x squared. Negative 2, negative 4x, positive 8x. Negative 2 times positive 5, negative 10. Combine like terms. X cubed gets down. Negative 2, negative 6. goes to negative 2, negative 4 goes to negative 6. And then x squared, 5 plus 8, 13x, negative 10. So this one will be the final answer. Okay? Alright, I'll see you next time.